guys, it's Crazy Blue here, and today I'm making another part of my how to make a Cydia tweak tutorial, and I was going to do something else for this, but it was taking way too long, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys how to make your own Cydia source using Github Pages. Now, my screen might look a little weird. That's just because I have Flux on, so sorry about that, but it really helps my eyes, and I can't go without it pretty much. So let's get into this. You're gonna need a GitHub account, you're going to need the GitHub desktop tool, and you're going to need 7-zip. Now, you just want to go to the GitHub front page, github.com. You want to have logged into your account, and it should look like this. You just want to click Start a Project, and it'll show this. You just want to put for the repository name your username. It has to be your username .github.io. And then you just want to click Create Repository. Make sure it's public. Alright, now we can go ahead and hop into the GitHub desktop tool. It should look like this. You want to click this plus sign, then clone, and then it might make you log in. I don't remember what it does. I set this up a long time ago. But once you've done whatever it says to do, it should look like this. And you just want to find what you just made, the repo you just made, and you just want to click the check mark next to clone. And then I'm going to put this onto my desktop. And as you can see, it's done. This is what it looks like when it's done. So if I go ahead and go onto my desktop, now I have crazyblue.github.io. So I can go ahead and open this up, and we can get to work. So I have this little notepad here full of all the code we're going to need. This will all be in a paste bin. The link will be in the description. So first we're going to need to make a new text document, and it's going to need to be index.html. This is just going to initialize GitHub Pages, I guess you could say. So like if you go on it from a computer, it'll show this. Just paste this in here, save it, and now we can go back to our GitHub GUI tool, and as you can see under changes, it added this one change, which is the index.html. We can change the summary to something like init commit, and then we can press enter. It doesn't matter what you name the summary, no one will see it unless they deliberately go onto your GitHub repo. Now we can click publish in the top right. This might take a while, usually it does. And as you can see, now it's done, so if we go back to where our repo was, if we refresh, now index.html is here. So now we can finish up. If we go back to our repo folder, we need to make 2 new files. New text document, one's going to be release with no file extension, and the other one is going to be packages with no file extension. Now we're going to open up release, and we're going to paste this bit of code in there. This is just what shows up in Cydia for like the title. So just to show that it works, I'm just going to change this to something like, Piggy's private repo, something like that. Just put this as what you want people to see your repo title as. So I'm going to save that. And now, we're done with the base of our repo. There's just one more thing that we need to do, and we need to add a package. So let's do that. So I'm going to grab a tweak that I've been working on from my Cygwin folder, which I showed you guys how to set up in the last video. So if I go ahead and grab this, I can paste it into my repo root folder, and I'm going to rename it to something simple. So I'll put like control panel.deb, and then I'm going to right click. This is where 7-zip comes in handy. You just want to hover over 7-zip and go to extract to control panel slash. And now we have this. Now we need to open up the control panel folder that was just made. Right click on data.tar and extract to data slash. And then delete the old data.tar folder. Now if we go back to our root repo directory, we need to right click on packages and open it. Now we need to paste this outline in there. And now we need to get to filling this in. So package, this is the bundle identifier for the tweak. So it wouldn't be control panel.deb, this would be like com.coolstar.anemone, something like that. So for this tweak, I'm pretty sure it's com.crazyblue.controlPanel. And then for version, this needs to be the version of the tweak. If you don't set this correctly, it'll get you in an update loop in Cydia, and it'll just constantly ask for an update. So I'm pretty sure this is 0.0.1. Now for architecture, just leave this as iPhone OS-ARM. For maintainer, since you're running the repo, this will be you, so it's just your username. And then in arrows, you put your email, just so that people can contact you if there's something wrong with the repo, like that. So like email at blah.com. And then depends. This is where you would put something like, if you made a theme and it was a winterboard theme, you would put winterboard or anemone. And if it depended on two things, you would separate it with a comma and a space. But this doesn't depend on anything, so I'm going to get rid of the whole depends line. Now file name, this is where we're going to put the name of the deb, so I'm going to do /controlpanel.deb. The slash is here because it's in our root directory. Now the size. This is the size of our deb file in bytes. So if I go to properties, size, 1962 bytes. So I can paste this in here and get rid of the comma. Now for the hash sums. You can use a program like hashcheck or hashtab on Windows. I forgot which one I got, but I'll leave the link in the description. You just want to right click, compute hash, and as you can see, if I redo it because I got stuck on reading file, as you can see, I can copy this, paste it into the MD5 slot, but there's a problem with this, is that for some reason this doesn't support capital letters, so you need to find a tool that gives you the hashes in lowercase letters, but I couldn't find one, so I just went ahead and I did all of the hash sums by hand. I put all of the capital letters into lowercase, so I'm just going to paste all these in. That looks good. Now for section, this is for like when you open the source, it shows like applications, themes, tweaks, stuff like that. So I'll just put this as tweaks, and for description, I'll put this as a test tweak for my repo. For author, this is more for if you have someone else's tweak on your repo. So since I made this, I'm just going to put Crazy Blue. And then in arrows, you would put their email. This is so that if there's something wrong with the tweak, people can contact them through their email. Now for name, this is how it will show up in Cydia. This doesn't need to be the same name that's in the control file of the tweak, so just to prove that, I'll put this as like control panel 9, even though it's just control panel. Now I can save that and close out of it and go back to our root repo folder. Now there's one more thing we need to do before we're done. We need to right click on packages, go to 7-zip, add to archive, and then we need to change the archive format right here to bzip2 and click OK. Now, if you want to add an icon to your repo, you need to get an icon that is 57 by 57, and it needs to be called Cydia icon.png, capital C, capital I. And once you've got all that done, you're ready to push a commit for your repo. So if I go back to the Changes tab, as you can see, it added all of this. So I'm going to change the summary to added a test tweak and commit that. And this might take a while because it's quite a lot. And now I just click sync. This is probably going to take a while. Yeah. Now that's done, if I go back to our repo in Chrome, I can refresh it and it added all of this. So, I hope this works first try. I will see you guys on my iPhone. Alright, I'm back and I'm on my phone. So, I'm going to open up Cydia. And I have all my sources here, so I can press edit, add, crazyblue.github.io. That's what we named it on GitHub, so I can press add source. As you can see, it shows the updating sources screen. I don't know why it shows so many things even though there was only one package, but I can press return to Cydia, and now if I scroll down, as you can see, it's Piggy's private repo with the icon I gave it, and just to prove it's the icon I gave it, I can open it here. As you can see, 57 by 57 image, and if I open this, there's a tweak section, and in the tweak section, there's control panel 9. I can click on that, and as you can see, it has everything we changed it to, version 0.0.1, author Crazy Blue, the description is a test tweak for my repo, so I can install this. As you can see, it installs just like any other tweak. That's all because I have Cool Star's stashing tweak enabled, because I have a 16 gig phone. And oh, my phone's about to die. RIP. If I return to Cydia, as you can see under installed, control panel 9 is here, and if I go to my home screen, I can go to the right, and as you can see, the control panel app is here. There's nothing actually in it yet, but it worked. So I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any problems, comment down below. See ya.